Okay, so this is a sort of preliminary demo reel of the Master Control program, which is the new Viz that I am working on. I am Guybrush of Demo Scene and Music Viz fame, but not fortune. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some music playing. I like Trash 80. Use my traditional demo reel music. I'll turn this down a bit so that you can hear me. But the sound going is sort of the really important thing because this is reactive, real-time music stuff. Okay, so we get the Master Control program running. You can almost see here that I've got an Akai MPD 32. Sorry, MPD 32, which is a really great MIDI device with 8 knobs, 8 faders, 8 toggle switches, and 16 drum pads, all pressure. So sort of visual output, which is great because it tells you the actual MIDI data that it's sending, which is incredibly valuable if you are a programmer and you're dealing with real live MIDI data. I'm going to run through the effects real fast and try not to waste too much time. This is a performance rig, so the whole point of it is to be something enjoyable to watch without having to have everything explained to you. Okay, so running through the effects. We've got a number of effects. They're all currently based on the stuff that I did for the Database show 3 years ago, and they follow the same sort of aesthetic that I've pushed forward in my processing workshops, and just they summarize everything that I feel is really important about DJing, which is the performance element. Like for these things on the beat, I'm hitting drum pads. Like this is me just hitting the damn things. Because I think if you're a VJ and you're there, you may as well hit a button on the beat. And you can make that interesting if you have any facility at all with computers and programming, and processing makes that very trivial. Okay, so there's the drum thing, which is the basis of the whole show, really. And you can see that I've just thrown it into 3D. And we've got color palettes that we can throw in there to have different color schemes going, depending on the mood of the music. Okay, so from there we build. You can see sort of a 3D model that's slowly rotating. So I'll slow this down and bring it around. Now it says Critical Massive. That's the name of the event. This is going to be shown at first. We can run through some other 3D models. There's our Sega Genesis reference, which is awesome. We've got a rounded cube, which is loads cool. The Utah teapot, and everything that I'm doing right now, you can see me changing the scale of things. Hopefully you can see that. The video isn't too clear. And changing the rotation speed. This is all controlled by the MIDI device. So this is all the software responding to MIDI commands coming in, and then drawing cool pictures. We've also got this awesome landscape thing, which I think is a really nice way of just showing motion and moving it around. But this is not audio-reactive, so it's not super 100% interesting. So we're going to bring in the cooler stuff. So here's a nice little spectrum. Oh, why did my music stop? Let's jump out. Okay, cool, it's doing minus baby. Let's bring the music up a bit. Alright, so you can see from the color spectrum here, or sorry, from the FFT spectrum, that it is audio-reactive. We'll run through some other cubes, audio spectrum. That's cool. This is not production quality yet. This needs some more work. We've got my favorite way of looking at music, which is the FFT tree map. This is originally a 2D effect made by, I think, either Fry or Rice, one of the processing guys. You can see it mostly reacting to my voice right now. And what this does is it shows you the frequency, it shows you the content of various elements. So if there's something that's really dominant among the space of the elements, then it'll pop out. So this is a nice music reactive bit. Because it holds on to things, and it shows you what's most important, which is really how the human ear and how the human mind reacts to music. Oh, and it's tunable, so I can really fuck it up. We've got 3D versions of this, which is awesome, because it makes it really much more compelling to look at than a 2D thing. And I used to take the 2D thing and just put it on a cube and rotate that around, and that was sort of good enough. But we can do better. So here's cubes, and these are fun. And we can change the color palette of these, and that's great. Like, this is really just great. I could just stare at this for 2 hours. It's also a nice cylindrical version of the same effect, which I think is loads awesome. And I could just watch this all the time. In fact, I've brought my laptop to work just to stare at this. Let's get a nice color palette for this guy. I like this one. Oh, so this is my tuning, right? So this is all live tunable. I've got a couple of faders. And why don't I just show you the debugging viz? Okay, the bars and dots, there we are. And we need to make it louder so that you can see what the music is doing. So you can see right here. Okay, there it is. So now you can see the bars and dots, and you can see how the music is, how the visualization is seeing the music. The bars here are the FFT of the sound, and the dots are just sort of a slowed down version of the same thing. And the dots you can see sliding down are what the FFT is, what the cube map, the main foreground element, is based on. So it sort of catches the sound and then slowly fades down. So big moments in the sound are caught and held onto, which is a really nice sort of feel. Alright, moving on into brighter color palettes and slower landscape rotations. There are only a few other effects. Right now, we have Ness backgrounds, which are just fun to look at because everyone recognizes them, and that gives you a nice sense of familiarity. But I've zoomed way in on them so that you really can't recognize them. So you see something and you're like, what on earth is going on? And you see pixels and you see the Ness color palette, but you don't really know until it scrolls around for a bit. You're like, oh, that's Mega Man. Or which one's this? Oh, it's Contra, obviously. And this one, so you can spot that. Oh, there's Kirby. So those are nice when you slam zoom into them, and it's not 100% obvious. And you're just dealing with flavor. Get through the rest of the effects really quick before this goes over 10 minutes. I've got Black Pawn's awesome reactive sphere. Need to tune this a bit more and make it more. And I know somewhere in here, my controls, I've got a sprite basher. There it is. This needs to be a bit better before it's star guitar with sprites. It's almost there. It could use a bit more tuning. This guy is definitely favorite though. And I could just sit here and watch this thing all day.